We are Jamaican.
Yes, and that
so
goes for both men
we'll have
and women.
Sex, won't worry.
Yes, so that one goes for
you
both
and
men.
then
But
someone,
a woman cannot marry two men.
Why?
Because I mean, one servant. How will a servant serve two masters?
A man being married to only one woman is not African, and this is coming from Reggie Rockstone. Let me quickly indulge Christelle on this one before I come to Shanzi.
Why, senior man, what's up? You want marry another one? Senior man says what? Marrying one woman.
Yeah, it's not African, meaning you need to marry more.
I think so. I don't think the Bible categorically states that one man is to one woman. I seen, a share for everyone to marry one woman. I don't know if the Bible really speaks for that. All I know is that the Bible is not clear on things like this. But of course, if you want to do God's work and for your own peace and sanity, it will be good if you settle for one woman. But I don't think even in the Christian world, the Bible speaks for that. Now, I also believe that, in fact, growing up, I think I said this somewhere some time ago, that growing up, I saw my grandfather living elsewhere, and I think he had two wives also living separately in their homes. And so when it's your turn, you just go there, sleep over, and the next day you go back to your home. And that was what I saw growing up. And I don't know whether or not the women were happy. I have no idea whether or not the women were happy. But even aside from that, I also know a man who was staying in a village where he had two wives, built for them, each with their children. All they do is that in the morning they go to farm, so you go to farm with your children. The man, has had a farm for both of them. I mean, farm each for them. And so when you are going, you just go with your wife, and they were living happily, and they could stay for a very long time. You understand? And even in Islam, a man can marry, I think, up to 4, provided you can look after them. So there is a provision in there. There is, some condition that is attached to, that also in Islam or in the Islamic world. So for me, I think that, that is not an African thing. One man to one woman is not an African thing. But you see how the world has become now, things are difficult. People will ask you, are you able to take care of 2 women or more? There was a man, I think, a very popular man, I've forgotten, is it McDan or so? He was on TV, and he made mention of that. And he says, it is expensive to marry more than one woman. It is very, very expensive to have more than one woman. And I also think so. And so in this time and age, even if, the African thing is not telling, the African culture is not telling you that you can marry more than one, you have to look at the situation that, surrounds us now. If you have more children, how are you able to cater for them? If you have 2 or more wives, how are you able to cater for them? Remember, if you have not built yet, then you would have to rent for all of them. And even if you have built and they don't see eye to eye, then it means that you would have to rent for all of them. Or you stay with one and you rent for the other. So things have become very difficult now. Things are expensive. You understand? So as for me, whether or not it is an African thing, it is up to you, the individual. to know when to do what, because marrying one woman or settling with more than one woman, I think is expensive. But what I also know is that those days when our grandfathers had 2-3 women, they could keep all of them and they were happily married. They were happy. I don't know if it's because it creates some kind of competition amongst the women. And so you know that when you leave, there's another one who is staying. Or you leave and there's another one there. And so it creates that kind of thing, that kind of competition. And so if a woman, you stay strong. You endure and then you are good to go. So for me, I think, yes, it is not an African thing. But if you look at the times we have and the times we are in now, no one will tell you to settle for just a woman.
Interesting. Looking at the times we are in now, no one would, advise you to settle for more. Nanama, let me come to you. Your thoughts on this one?
Okay, so greetings going out to our viewers. Now, coming to this question. So if I'm supposed to follow exactly what our grandpapa said, this, one woman, one man thing was imposed on us through Christianity. And so, I will side with him because before, when, our forefathers and mothers didn't know anything about God, when we were worshiping our idols and lesser gods and everything like that, we never had a thing like, by force you have to be with one woman. We never had a thing like that. Even if we did, it was a choice. If you want to marry more, you would marry more. If you don't want to, that is your own choice. But men were entitled to marry as many women as they want. And that was us as Ghanaians until Christianity came in. So that is what he's trying to say. But then, even with this Christianity, I am, I stand to be corrected, and I am open for Bible lessons, because I've still not gotten to the verse where God said a man cannot marry 2 women or more. I don't know where God said you should have just one wife in the Bible. And so I'm still open for Bible lessons. If you know any, Bible, you kind of say verse be an answer quote be a just say, nyame say, I want to know. Now, this has been one of arguments that God never said that in the Bible. I'm also Christian. You are a Christian. Even your name tells that. I want to know if...
I know an allergy who is a Christian.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
Oh, so that means you can be called Christian and still not be Christian.
Yes.
But you are a Christian.
Of course I am.
I want to know if there is any place in the Bible where God...
I know.
Let me ask you the question.
Not that I know.
But you've not even listened to the question. Where God said a woman should marry only one man.
Not that I know.
Okay.
But there are instances in the Bible where, the Bible describes women who jump from one man to the other as prostitutes.
Okay, but the man who also jumps from one woman to the other,
the Bible doesn't give it a name.
But it's also not right, in the sight of God. It's also not right in the sight of God.
I haven't seen, the Bible describing such men with some words.
I'm not looking for the description. I just want to know if, the Bible never said a man is supposed to have just one woman. Did the Bible also state that a woman is supposed to have just one man?
And I'm saying that it does not. I don't know any verse that categorically say it, but the Bible mentions that women that jump from one man to another, describes them
but
as
a man
prostitutes.
that jumps from one woman to another is also not, as holy.
But you cannot say that man is a prostitute.
You can't say he's a prostitute, but he's not holy as well, because even in the Bible, there was nothing like maybe you kind of say even yeah society we are bema kwana some worry about ube jamai.
Yeah, this is
but if you are married, that one you are married and you are respected for that. And you know the fact that you are not married and you are doing that one it is not nice or clean in the sight of God.
The fact that you are not married and you whether you have one woman, 3, and you are not married to them and you still yes.
We are Jamaican.
Yes, and that
so
goes for both men
we'll have
and women.
Sex, won't worry.
Yes,
so
that one goes
with
for
you
both
and
men.
then
But a woman cannot marry 2 men.
Why?
Because I mean, one servant. How will a servant serve 2 masters?
Did they say it is not good? I want to know if it is not good. Me, I stand with that because I'm a true believer of the Bible. So if it is not good, I stand because that is where we pick our arguments from. The Bible name states he said, "Bearman to me worry on for Baba Copentina." So I want to know if the Bible also stated that a woman should be with one man.
Well, not that I know
exactly.
Yes, but so maybe someone can help us with some of these things. Yes.
What I want to say in a nutshell is
but you see, if you look at the Bible, even with smoking and all of that, the Bible doesn't. There is no verse that says people shouldn't smoke. But the Bible makes us understand that your body is the temple of God, and so you need to keep it clean. You need to preserve the body. And you know what smoke does or smoking does to the body. You understand? So then there's a connection.
Something bad to the body.
So there's that connection in there. Yeah. So with what we are saying. Which ones?
To say smoking your can say Bible verse be anywhere. Once a German can pain say the one about quote she pay a German book.
Now some more.
Yeah, bopa.
I see.
Yeah, bankas I go so I na you go so I able.
Okay.